Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Ty Talk Sports here, back with another video, and it's my favorite season, bracket season. March Madness, the craziest, one of maybe, if not the craziest sporting event of all year. And who doesn't love a fun bracket challenge? The most impossible odds, it's a 1 in 9.2 quintillion, it might have been more odds at getting the perfect bracket. Let's have a little fun and see how close we can get to a perfect bracket. So what I got here is obviously the bracket right here on my phone. You can see it wherever it is. It's on somewhere on your screen. Obviously we got the whole round of 62. And we're gonna go ahead and knock off the easy ones. Alabama and Arizona both gonna easily cruise to the first round. And then Maryland and West Virginia. I got West Virginia, San Diego State, Charleston, San Diego, Furman, Virginia. My first upset of the day, Creighton versus NC State. I like NC State. They got a handful of shooters on that team. Baylor versus UCSB, Baylor. Missouri versus Utah State. I got Utah State here. I like what they do. And they also, like NC State, have a handful of shooters as well. And they had a pretty decent season. Missouri had a lot of ups and downs throughout this year. Now in the East Division, Purdue versus one of the two 16 seeds tonight. Purdue. Memphis versus Florida Atlantic. I got Memphis. Duke versus Oral Roberts. Now, I have been interested in seeing maybe potential another Oral Roberts Cinderella story. That Cinderella story team that they had then is not better than the team they have now. Max Ambus is still leading the way and leading the country in scoring, and then they get 7-5 transfer Connor Vanover from Arkansas, who can stretch the floor, shoot the three. They've been playing well, but Duke has been playing much better. They've been getting hot at just the right time, winning the ACC tournament. Y'all are going to wait to see whatever I have to say about Duke. Tennessee versus Louisiana. Tennessee. Kentucky versus Providence. Kentucky, sorry. Kansas State versus Montana. Kansas State. USC versus Michigan State. USC and Marquette getting by Vermont. And now the Midwest. Houston, Auburn, Miami. The Kent State. I don't even remember what their mascot team name was. But they're going to pull off the 4-13 upset versus Indiana. Iowa State versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got in at the literal last second last night with a wide open three missed by Mississippi State. Hate that for Mississippi State, but that means it's March. But that's as far as they're getting. Iowa State. Moving on. Xavier versus Kennesaw. Xavier. Penn State versus A&M. All right, Penn State. Penn State is a very sneaky team who are also getting hot at just the right time. They didn't really have a fantastic regular season, but they played very well in their conference tournament, and they held Purdue to the last second, only losing by 2. So I really like Penn State. And Texas A&M had a good tournament and then got smoked by Alabama. Texas versus Colgate. Give me Texas. In the West Division, Kansas, Arkansas, St. Mary's, UConn. I picked TCU, Gonzaga, Boise State. Not really a lot of huge upsets in this, and then UCLA. Not a lot of huge upsets in that segment right there. Moving on to the round of 32. Bama versus West Virginia. Bama, San Diego, Virginia. Now this is another one. Y'all gonna hear me out. NC State's gonna carry that momentum, and they're gonna take down Baylor. Baylor has had a little bit of a struggling year, down, back and forth, kind of flip-flopping the way they've been playing this season. And I got Arizona. Huge upset here. I got Memphis over Purdue. I really like the program that Penny Hardaway is putting together. And Purdue has the hardest path for any of the number 1 seeds. And I really like what Memphis is doing. Duke versus Tennessee. Give me Duke. Kentucky will have a little upset against Kansas State. And Marquette will cruise by USC. Houston versus Auburn. I got Houston. Miami versus Kent State. Their Cinderella story game ends right there while I got Miami. Xavier versus Iowa State. I got Iowa State here, taking down Xavier. And Texas to take down Penn State. Kansas, UConn, Gonzaga, UCLA. Top 4 seeds in the West Division. We'll all move on to the Sweet 16 here, starting off with Alabama, Virginia. One of my hugest upsets I have the Virginia Cavaliers taking down Alabama in the Sweet 16. NC State's run ends there with Arizona. Memphis versus Duke. Duke is cruising to the Elite 8. And Kentucky will get down Marquette in the Sweet 16 and move on to the Elite 8. In the Midwest Division, I have Houston. Actually, no, I don't have Houston. Sorry. I have Miami in Texas. Miami pulling off an upset versus the number 1 seed. And then in the West, the top 2 seeds of Kansas and UCLA will move on to the Elite 8. We have a fun Elite 8 here. Only one number 1 seed. I remember whenever I did my first bracket back in the 6th grade, I picked all 1 seeds to go, and that was pretty stupid. I didn't know what March Madness was really about. To the Final Four, I have a little bit of a fun mix-up here. Virginia gets the win over Arizona, carrying that momentum after taking down Alabama. Duke moves on to the Final Four. Texas will take down Miami, and UCLA will take down Kansas. A very interesting Final Four. I do not have any number 1 seeds that belong here in the Final Four. For the 2 teams who will be moving on to the national championship. The Texas Longhorns. I think they were a team who arguably could have been a number 1 seed. They've been playing fantastic basketball this year. And Duke. First year without Coach K, and they're going to make a run to the national championship. But their story ends there. I think Texas will be the winner of the 2023 March Madness tournament. And the final score will be 88-80. It's a very fun bracket. Bracket season is my favorite season. I love fun upsets. I mean, I think there's not going to be a lot of crazy first 64 upsets that happen. I think obviously. Now, what sucks is tomorrow for me. Like by the time I'm posting this, the games start while I'm at work. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom, check my phone, and my bracket's gonna be busted. Shocker, you know. So let me know what you guys think. I want to know what y'all's bracket picks are. Drop in the comments, and maybe I'll even start a little Ty Talk Sports bracket challenge. So, thank you guys for watching this video on the March Madness tournament. Let me know what you guys think about my picks, and like I said, drop yours as well. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like, subscribe. Make sure you follow the At The Buzzer podcast on Spotify. And until then, this is Ty Talk Sports signing off. See you guys.